Welcome to the start of my weekly lives. Last week, it was a beautiful week. Weekend started to get a little bit colder, and then this morning I woke up at 5 a.m. to snow. So crazy. And it's going to be 70 degrees on Friday. So welcome to all four seasons in a matter of a blink of an eye here in New England. Just gonna get started, and tonight I'm going to be talking about the number one thing I think is the most important thing for all of us to have a good understanding and to have some really good practices in place. Probably spend some time in the next few weeks to touching upon it in different kind of talks in different lives. So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and post them. I'd be more than happy to answer them, but I'm going to dive in deep right now into mindset. Let's see here. So the type of mindset that we want to have is growth mindset. And I've come up with 10 ways that you can grow your mindset for it to be working towards you and for you to squash any sort of like recordings or programming that's in your brain. And those come from many different aspects of our lives. A lot of people are a little bit leery and they think this is just wishy-washy stuff. And it's really not. Mindset is a way for you to nurture your brain, similar to you nurture your body by eating healthy, nutritious foods. Having a good, solid mindset plan is like throwing apples and oranges and broccoli at your brain, but just using different strategies. So the 10 ways that I thought of today as I was preparing to talk tonight is the 10 ways to grow and to help your mindset be a growth mindset is you want to take time to reflect on your day, reflect on your conversations, reflect on your interactions. Take time to acknowledge, reflect, and embrace all of your failures. So this is a really hard thing because who the heck wants to acknowledge that they've failed at something? I actually view that as an opportunity to really catapult my growth, because if it's something that I purposely thought out and had a good plan and the outcome, the consequence wasn't what I expected, yeah, that's a failure in the sense, but it doesn't mean that it's an absolute failure. So an absolute failure would be you've tried every possible way and you still don't have the desired outcome, which I mean that's pretty almost impossible. But you want to grow from your failures, and it certainly isn't a good feeling when you've put all this time and energy and preparation into doing something, and in your mind you can visualize the outcome and visualize how you're going to feel, and you get all excited as you're doing it, and then you show up and it's like a big flop, right? Someone took a pin and just popped your balloon. But you know what? You get back on it, you pull out the paper, pull out the electronic device, whatever it might be, and you just take a look at your plan and you figure out what you can change, what you can tweak, and figure like the broken steps that might be there. So another way to have a really strong growth mindset is you're going to want to write down a list of your goals. And these can be broken down into the goals that you want to achieve during the day, by the end of the day. They could be goals that you want to achieve by the end of the week, long-term goals that you want to achieve by the end of the month, by the end of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. And then you can certainly branch it out from there. And what do you want to achieve in 2 years, 5 years? And all of those small goals that you're doing every day, all those small tasks that you're doing every day are all going to be working towards your long-term goals. And the beauty of writing down those goals is when you don't complete a goal for that day, you put it first on tomorrow's list of goals and you tackle it first. So that way there is some sense of accomplishment and it just keeps that ball rolling in that growth mindset. You want to find your purpose for being here on the planet, your purpose for being in the situation that you're in, your purpose for essentially waking up every day. You want to find your why and your vision that go along with your purpose. So for some people, they feel like they're not doing what they were intended to do. They feel like I have a greater purpose. And some examples of that are people who go into like working in the church, or a priest, or people that do volunteer work. They just feel like they have a bigger purpose than what they're doing in their life. And oftentimes when you're working for someone, you can feel like you have a bigger purpose than just being an employee and collecting a paycheck and fighting with who's going to take time off in the summer, because everyone wants summertime off. Who's going to take time off during holidays, whatever holidays you may celebrate. And that's not a really good feeling. So you can always feel like you want to do something more in life. And in having a growth mindset, you want to get out of your comfort zone. You want to take on challenges. You don't want to just keep doing the same thing day after day because you know what to expect. You don't want to be complacent in your life. You don't want to be complacent in your business. You want to challenge yourself, challenge those around you, really lift everyone up with you, and set the bar high. Set the bar high. Set yourself up with some goals that you think, oh, wow, I don't foresee myself getting this anytime soon. It'll make you work harder. It will help you set up little micro goals to get there. So little micro achievements to get to that, what you perceive as like an unobtainable goal. And you'll be able to push yourself, which is really important in that growth mindset. You want to foster some grit. One of the key characteristics of an entrepreneur is you want to succeed and you want to persevere. So grit means getting in there, showing up, doing the hard work, committing to yourself, not letting yourself down, and really just digging your feet in, digging your heels in, and just moving along. You want to just show some grit. And one of the key 7 characteristics that I've lived by as an entrepreneur is we persevere. We may change direction and we may change goals. We may change our long-term goals. We may change our long-term vision, but we continue to persevere. So this has been very important for me in my business in the past 10 months, going through building this business online, getting used to being online, getting used to my face being out there. Prior to this, I was an extremely private person and didn't really hardly ever do anything online other than maybe shop at Amazon, but that wasn't putting myself out there. And continuing to foster and really nurture your growth mindset, you want to bring the word yet into your everyday language. This is forward thinking, and despite the struggles that you have, you can overcome them. So using phrases such as, I've yet to learn how to use XYZ program, but I'm working on it. I set up a phone call with the support system, the support team, and we're going to run through why it doesn't seem to be working. I've yet to do my content plan for the week. I've yet to lose the 10 pounds I want to lose. I've yet to reach out to the 5 friends I want to reach out to. I've yet to. So you're not saying I haven't, when I will. You're saying I yet. And that leaves the door open to you accomplishing those goals and keeps pushing forward and keeps setting the intention that you will achieve them. You just haven't achieved them yet. Another way to continue to foster and develop a growth mindset is at the end of each day, go through your list of goals and write them down, why you may not have completed any, and set a plan for the next day to start these. So for instance, if say you're a single mom such as myself and something came up that was unexpected and there was absolutely no way that you were going to get to the last 3 goals of your day because your kids needed and demanded all the rest of your attention for the rest of the night, depending on what was going on with them. You're not going to say, oh, you know what? Sorry, buddy, you go take care of that on your own. I've got to do these 3 things. No, some people may do that. That's not right for me. I would drop everything and anything for if my kids needed me, if that's one of the reasons. Or say, for instance, you had to do something, I don't know, think even bigger things that could come up. Like you were right in the middle of doing something online and your internet went out and you couldn't access the program on your phone because it's a computer-based program. That's a good reason to not have completed your goals, or even simply just being too friggin' tired. Too tired. That is a good reason to shut it down. Shut your computer down, log off of everything, and take the rest of the night to take a hot bath, go for a walk, talk on the phone with a friend, watch your favorite show. That's when you shut everything down, you rejuvenate, you take those goals, you write them on tomorrow's sheet, or if you use electronic, I use everything pen and paper. I use a combination of both, pen and paper and electronic. So you write those goals down to start your day tomorrow and really give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself that you didn't accomplish them. Be honest as to why you didn't accomplish them, and then just show up strong tomorrow. It's really all you can do. Continuing to nurture your growth mindset, stop looking at others for approval. In the online space, in the online business world, it is so easy to look at what other people are posting. It's so easy to look at other content creators, so easy to look at what other people are doing that is in the same niche as you're in, and the income claims and the growth claims and all that stuff that they're posting. It's so easy to compare compare yourself to them. And it's also really second nature to rely on and turn to your natural support system, which might be your family, might be your friends. It could even be your coworkers if you're still working a job and you have coworkers that you trust to let them know what you're doing. But don't look to them to validate what you're doing is what you should be doing. Have that strength, have that desire in yourself, have that vision, maintain that why as to why you're doing it. We all we're social beings, right? So having that validation from people that we know and trust it is important, but it should be like the pretty decorations on a cake. So think of yourself as a cake. You standing alone are delicious. You add some frosting, makes it even better. You add some pretty decorations, makes it even better. Right? But fundamentally, if the cake sucks, doesn't matter what you put on it, doesn't matter how good the frosting tastes, doesn't matter how beautiful it looks. The core isn't that good. So you want to be the core and you want to be the best core that you can be so that no matter what is added to it, it just amplifies its greatness. Hopefully that makes sense. Continuing to foster a growth mindset. When you take action, set yourself up with micro rewards or big rewards. Now, this is something that may be new to some of you. So say you set yourself up with a reward at the end of the day. So say you have your action plan, your business action plan, you have your personal to-do list, whatever that might be. And by the end of the day, you have completed everything on that list. Your reward could be you get to watch half hour of your show. Now you need to hold yourself to that because you can't just go, oh, whatever, I'm just going to watch TV anyways. Have the discipline to hold yourself to that. And a bigger goal at the end of the week could be, you know what, if I get all of my goals done by the end of the week, I'm going to take myself and go to the movies, or I'm going to take the kids and we're going to go bowling. I'm going to meet up with a friend and do X, Y, and Z. So give yourself those rewards, and your rewards could be whatever's important to you, but it's important to know that you're working towards something that is enjoyable just for you. So continuing to foster your growth mindset, you want to find ways to interact with others and offer support and encouragement. This is going to be you building your tribe. So as you're building your online business, whatever groups you might be in, whatever people you've connected with across the platforms, nurture their content, comment on them like, hey, I like this. And don't just do it generically, do it personally. I really appreciated this. I really like this because of X, Y, and Z. Build your tribe, because this will become your online support system where when you have an idea or you have the next step in your business, you can run that by them. And they'll be more than happy to be there because you've established them as your tribe and they will be doing the same for you. A growth mindset will embrace challenges as well as acknowledge failures. And failure is just an opportunity to do something different and grow by overcoming it. So some of the deep internal recordings may come from parents or any adult that was paramount to your upbringing, coaches, if you played any sort of sports or anything like that, or even coaches if you're on the chess team or anything like that, you would have coaches as well. Peers, friends, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a coworker, your boss, mentors. They can be positive recordings that you have, things that you want to remember, things that, make you smile from the inside, that they said they pointed out that you did really well and that left you feeling really proud about what you were doing. But these internal deep recordings can also lead to self-limiting beliefs. So if anyone had ever told you, oh, you can't do that, or oh, you shouldn't do that, or depending on gender, you can have those limiting beliefs. Girls don't do that. Boys don't do that. Oh, that's a girl job. Oh, that's a boy job. Oh, you're too tall for that. Or you're too short for that. You're too fat for that. Or people who wear glasses can't do that. Like all those negative things that get absorbed into our being. They could be from any of those number of people that I mentioned. They could come from social media. They could come from your own limiting beliefs, depending on your personality and temperament. So you want to just be careful for those. And I am putting together just a few different things, books, tools, strategies, podcasts that I enjoy and that I turn to when I just need to clear my headspace a little bit, get out the cobwebs, and get back on my own path. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. So I will see everybody next Monday. Alrighty, have a good night, everyone.